Hello everyone, Sheila back again. I'm back to my lovely quiet house. I need a rest. I've been at my granddaughter since 9:30 this morning. Her partner Craig he does different shift work and he was working this morning. Well, he's doing a 12-hour shift from 6 till 6. And she has to take the oldest boys in a football team and he has games, so she wants me there to look after the other two because she can't take them with them because they'll just not behave themselves. So I'm looking after those while she was at the match, and then we came home and had our dinner, and then we were doing jigsaws. It was with Eddie at first because Frankie was upstairs on his iPad. He goes up there and hides out of the way, I think, of the other two. Like 10-year-old, I think it's getting a bit much for him, the other two, because they're always fighting. And Tommy was quite happy I think he was on one of those things you call it a switch, or he was watching something on the telly. So me and Cheryl were helping Eddie, the 3-year-old, with jigsaw. And then all of a sudden Tommy realised what we were doing, so he decided to come over and help, only Eddie didn't want him to help. And Tommy wouldn't have it that he didn't want him to help, and they were fighting over the pieces of jigsaw they were trying to put in, and Cheryl brought out a box that had 3 different jigsaws in. They were all more or less the same thing, those ones with, the Hulk, the Iron Man, Thor, Captain America, the Hulk, I think. Anyway, there was a few of those, the comic characters on the thing, and there were 3 different jigsaws all in the same box, but on the back of them were different pictures, so you would know which jigsaw was which. One had nothing on the back, one had spots on, one had stripes on. So we were trying to sort them out, and they were fighting over who was putting them in what pile, and we finally got that sorted and started doing the jigsaws, and then they were fighting over the pieces. One had one piece and the other one wanted another piece, and I see when we come to do the last jigsaw, I see Cheryl, this is the last one, I'm going home after this. And Cheryl's saying, they're going in the bath and all. And she's so, I've had enough. So I am now home doing my knitting. I was doing some knitting at Cheryl's today. I've got quite a little way. I've only just got to finish this sleeve on this little cardigan, put the collar and the bands on, and then it's all finished. I thought I might, it's a little set, has a little cardigan, one of the little pom-pom hat on, but that's all the wool I've got left. And I still have to finish this and put the collar on and put the bands on, so there's probably not enough left for my hat, so I'm only going to have the cardigan. But it's lovely to come back to a lovely quiet house. No sound or anything, just I don't even bother putting my television on. I have a few things on my computer, like TV and film things and that, and after I've done this video I'll probably just watch those on my computer. I don't even bother switching the television on. There's not much point because there's nothing on that I want to watch. I was going to say I don't know why I pay the license for it, but I've only recently been able to get my license free because I get a little bit pension credit, so I get my television license free now. Since you turn 75, you can get a free television license if you get pension. It has to be the guaranteed part of pension credit. So anyway, that's what I'm going to be doing, this knitting this little. My granddaughter has just put a video up, and she does the work she does You know, she does those fancy nails and things. She is self-employed, but she works in a local place and just goes in when she can get in when her husband when her partner Craig is on when he's not working. It depends what shifts and that is on. She goes in when she can get in, and she's just recently put a little video up showing how to do these nails, and I never realised how complicated it was just to do these nails or what to do on the nails and that. I'm going to put a link to a video so you can have a look. Just have a look at what she actually does. And I watched and realized how complicated it was, and I said to her in a comment, I think I'll just stick to me knitting, Cheryl. It's less complicated. And I have been watching Michelle, who's I can't. All you knit is love. That's it. I've been watching her video that she's made today, and the trouble she's having with just one thing and another just makes life miserable with rotten neighbours and things happening. She's got the sort of similar problems I've got, and you just can't believe how people are turning out these days. Are just, and I think I put a comment on, and I just said I'm glad that I was born when I was, and a lot of the kids and that these days have just got no respect whatsoever for anybody, and I know what you mean. She mentioned about language and the language that comes off of them, and I've had them like that round where I live as well. And we have a green. Well, I've shown you videos before with the green. We have a green in front of my part of the estate. Ours is like a where I live. It's at the street, or it's a crescent actually. It's a round circle with two small like horseshoe shaped parts of the crescent island. One of these horseshoe parts, and we'll have a green in front of the houses. And when I first moved here, all of the kids, especially in the summer holidays when they were on holiday, they were all decent kids and that, and they all used to get out on that field, especially on a summer night, and some of the adults used to join them as well. And we used to do like rounders, you know, they do a rounders game around the green and that, and they just enjoyed themselves. They didn't like cause trouble or anything like that. And my kids were probably left home by this time because I've lived here a long time, and they were a good age. I think my youngest one was 14 when I moved into this house, and the two oldest ones didn't live here very long after we moved because you know they just got their own places with their partners, and well, one of them got married, and the other one was just with his partner, and then the youngest one just left home. So but the kids they used to play these games on the green. The only problem was with me living right down the very centre. If it wasn't just around us, and they used to play football and that as well. And when the football used to always end up in my garden. And it wasn't so bad at first, you know. They used to knock on the door and ask if they'd come and get the ball, and that was okay. And then I just used to say to them, well, you know, if it comes in, just go. You don't need a knock, just come in and get it. And then after a few years, all them kids seemed to grow up and disappear. And we started getting other kids coming in, and they were deliberately. I didn't have my garage when we first got here. We had the garage built later on, and one of them accidentally kicked the ball into the garden, and it hit the garage door, and it was bang. You know, it's the sound, and it hits it. Oh, and they thought that was funny, so they started deliberately kicking it into the garden to hit the garage door. So I went out one day before they had a chance to get the ball, and I took the ball into the house. And I said, if you keep on, I says, you're not getting this ball back, I says, unless you apologise and say that you're not going to keep kicking it onto my garage door. I says, otherwise, I says, if you do get it back and you do keep doing it, I'm going to put a knife through your ball, I'm telling you. So anyway, they did come and apologise, and I gave him the ball back. But you know, the next night, bang, bang, bang. So I went out and I put a knife through that ball. Oh, I had parents knocking on the door, and what right did I have to do that? I says, well, I did warn them. I says, and I'm sure if it was you, you'd do the same thing. I says, kicking the ball and deliberately hitting. I says, it makes an awful noise that when it keeps hitting the thing. I says, the young woman next door to me's got a little baby. I says, they were waking her up, and all I got was a load of language, and oh, we're going to report you to the police and all that. I says, you can do what you like, mate. I says, that was the way it went on. And after that, we got kids playing on the green and that, and they were deliberately kicking the ball into people's gardens and all that. And even the kids these days are just not like the kids that used to be around. They've just changed completely. And I'm glad I never see any kids on the field nowadays, like, which I'm glad about actually. It's rather a quiet life, but I don't know what'll happen in the summer, because we used to get there was the like horseshoe shapes. We both had greens outside the houses, and then there was one part where we went up the middle of the estate. There was a big green up there, and I think a lot of the big green up the middle. There used to be a road that ran up straight from down our end, straight up, and we used to go right around the green and out the top of the estate. And then after a while, the families who got coming in, they were using that part as a racetrack. And a lot of the people that were living around that green got onto the council and they had the road closed off at the top. And that was through just idiots that were using it as just young young kids using it as a racetrack. And that's the kind of people we have to put up with nowadays, because I think because it's a council estate, it's not as good as a private estate. But you can get pardons on private estates as well, not just on council estates. But that's just a little bit of what goes on some of these places, and you complain, and you're in the wrong. You're the one that ends up in the wrong because you're complaining. But anyway, that's my little bit for tonight. I'm sitting down. I'm going to do as much knitting as I can. I'll be back with my orders tomorrow. I'm making a start on Dagry's little sweater that I'm going to do for her. So thumbs up and subscribe, and bye for now.